This Saturday morning, it's nice and overcast, as you can probably tell. And we are going to go ahead and pour that concrete. So I got up and I ran to the hardware store this morning. Starbucks first, and then the hardware store. Had to get a couple of things to work on the concrete. And a couple other things to work on the electrical when the concrete is curing. So I got one of the exterior lights that goes above the man door. That's upside down, but that's what it is. And that's required to be installed by code by L&I for electrical before they'll sign off on the permits for the garage. That was sort of a new thing for me. I'm fumbling here with all this stuff I'm trying to film. Haley, could you come and grab that bucket and take it up to the garage for Dad?
What? What?
Grab that bucket right there.
Bucket?
Grab the bucket on the ground, right there. You got it? Okay. Okay, so now we're walking up to the garage. We're gonna work on concrete today. I hate concrete. Concrete's up there in those top 3 things I hate doing. Sheetrock is number 1. Roofing is number 2, and concrete's number 3. Those 3 things I hate doing. Everything else I kind of enjoy doing. I've been putting this off for quite a while. One of the reasons is because the weather was just too hot. I'm not going to work out here lifting 80-pound bags of concrete in 85-degree weather. So it's this Saturday morning, it's nice and overcast, as you can probably tell. And we are going to go ahead and pour that concrete. So right behind me there is the concrete mixer. And there's my daughter. I borrowed a concrete mixer from my brother-in-law, and we're gonna pour concrete in this area right here. This was the area that we underestimated when we did the rest of the flat work in the other video. So one of the things I want to explain is why I put my form boards on the inside of the stem wall versus the outside, which is what you see on most concrete pours. I saw this on YouTube one time. I thought it was a great idea. So on this garage, I put these form boards flush with the inside of the stem wall instead of the outside. Normally you see them flush with the outside, and what happens is you get this smoother concrete finish that sticks out flush with the front, and then when your garage door is closed, if you're looking at the ground from the outside, you see that little 4 or 6 inch space of flat surface concrete, and I think it looks kind of goofy. I would rather have the rough surface or whatever type of finish you plan on putting on the outside go into the garage so that it looks nice and clean when the garage doors are shut. So that's why I put my form board here. So we're going to go ahead and mix this stuff up and get it poured in here and get it finished off today. Yeah, not looking forward to this. It's going to be a lot of hard work. So, I didn't figure I would bore you guys with all the other finishing details. It's pretty basic stuff. I poured this concrete here at, well, it would have been about 8:30 this morning. And it is now 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's taken that long for it to cure enough to be ready to finish. You can see it's pretty smooth. This end down here is a lot drier than the end down there. So I've finished this in pretty much. This specific trowel with the rounded edge here is called a pool trowel. And because I don't do this a lot, well, that's not true. I do it more than I would like. But I don't do it enough to be really good with the square corner trowels. For me, they leave a little line when I go to scrape through. So I find the pool trowels work better. That's just me. I always have a pretty decent one. This is a pretty, well, it's $35 for this one. And the rest of them are cheapos, you know, the intermediate finishing trowels and all the other stuff. I just go down to Harbor Freight and buy the cheap ones. But for my really nice one that I do the finish work with, I buy a good one. When I mixed this morning, you probably noticed there, I mixed it pretty wet. I really should have. It's easy to work when it's wet, but then it takes a long time for it to bake off and get enough of the water out to finish it. Had I taken my time and used a lot less water, I wouldn't have had this issue. I would have been done 4 or 5 hours ago. Not that I didn't have things to do out here in the garage. I've been working on electrical all day, so. So the concrete, the last section inside of the garage is all done. I poured it yesterday, which would have been Saturday morning, and now it's Sunday in the afternoon, about 2 o'clock. You can still definitely see the color difference. There's a lot of water left in this, like I was saying. I mixed it with a lot of water. But overall, it came out really well. Some of this rough stuff that ended up on the existing concrete, I'll take a wire wheel on my grinder and I'll buff all that off and take care of all that roughness. I do plan on putting some sort of resin finish on this floor in here, I think. So it's going to take care of all these imperfections that are on the miscellaneous areas where I have problems. But anyway, that's all done. I'm in no rush to take the form off. I could take the form off now, that board on the outside there, but I'm actually going to go work on the trim. So I'll take that off in a day or so when I get around to it, and should be all good to go.